that has to do, is a part of sales that has to do with selling. Part of sales that has to do with selling. It's a part of sales that has to do with selling. All right. And you see closing in different areas. You see it in traditional sales. We talk about it a lot in traditional sales. We talk a lot about it in multi-level marketing. We talk about it in digital marketing. We say you've got to close. Yesterday, MK talked about call to action. It's a very important part of business. So in network marketing is something that I want to encourage you to see from a different light. Some of you already have your mind smeared with the wrong, perception of this. This is what Robert Kiyosaki, for those of you who value the wisdom of Robert Kiyosaki, who has written a number of books, this is what he says about network marketing. He says, everyone who wants to be an entrepreneur should take a look at a network marketing business. Some of the biggest Fortune 500 companies, such as Citibank, Avon, Levi's, and Smith & Barney, distribute their products through a network marketing direct sales system. And that is wow. Certain Fortune 500 organizations around the world, they sell using the network marketing model. There's something about it. You can't just relegate it to the sidelines and say, oh, it is not necessary, it's not important. This is Robert Kiyosaki, someone who co-authored a book with Donald Trump, who's built a multi-million business, who is into real estate, who has the Rich Dad Poor Dad franchise, a fantastic guy. Now, for those of you who are into personal development, who have been reading, you probably have come across this name. There was a particular book that struck a chord with me in the year 2003, 2004. I encountered a book titled The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, the author was the name Stephen Covey. Look what he said. Stephen Covey said, everyone who gets involved in network marketing begins on a level playing field. You are not judged by age, background, race, education, or financial condition. And as you help lift others to higher levels, the industry rewards you. It's inspiring business model indeed. And that's amazing. Coming from that thought leader, you really need to get that book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, an amazing book. And that's his thoughts about this business called network marketing. William Clement Stone, for those of you who are also into reading and studying, you probably have heard of the man called Napoleon Hill, the author of the book Think and Grow Rich. He also co-authored a certain book titled Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. And that person was William Clement Stone. He was an insurance giant. He was a powerful salesperson. And this is what he said about sales, about marketing. He says, sales are contingent upon the attitude of the salesman and not the attitude of the prospect. So if you're not winning, if you're not getting people to join your business, to buy your product, it's not because of the product or the prospect. It's most likely because of you. Something about you is just not fitting in. Brian Tracy, we know him, award-winning writer, top international speaker, says, approach each customer with the idea of helping him or her to solve a problem or achieve a goal, not selling a product or a service. Look what he says again. For emphasis, I would like to reiterate it. He says, approach each customer with the idea of helping him or her to solve a problem or achieve a goal, not selling a product or service. For example, I put up a post today on Facebook and I've gotten a lot of reactions. I've gotten like 3 or 4 signups because of that simple reaction. Now, on the 13th and 14th of September, school fees will soon be showing up. And a lot of parents, if you're a parent, you'll be wondering, oh, what do I get? 150, 200, 300, depending on the school fees, your school fees you pay for your kids. And I'm saying, you know what? You can work on a system or unique peer-to-peer system and raise that money in the shortest possible period of time. So I'm trying to solve that problem. The major problems. Handling school fees. I have 3 lovely kids, and those kids, have to go to school in September. I already have their school fees there using the eCooperative platform. and I can help people. So I'm telling people, look, you know what, you don't have to go through the stress. All you simply have to do is come, let us show you a simple system, we'll work on it together, we'll build together, and in 3 weeks, you can get that money to actually pay yourself. So let me quickly show you what we consider the selling template. Like, if you need to understand this template, or more like a pattern, a system, when you want to succeed in marketing or in sales, whether it is in multi-level marketing or is in normal sales or even digital marketing, these templates always come to bear. We'll look at a few things before we discuss that template. You must realize, like Brent Tracy quipped and said earlier, he said that sales is 80% psychological and 20% technical. That's supposed to be sales is, or sale is, or selling is 80% psychological and 20% technical. So some of us are so focused on our technical knowledge, and there's nothing wrong with that, and on our prospecting skills, on our follow-up skills, on our presentation skills. All of that make up the technical elements of sales. But interestingly, sales is 80% psychological and just 20% technical. So what are the psychological elements of closing or sale? Because at the end of the day, a sale is when you close and seal the deal. A sale is when you close and seal the deal. A sale is not when you talk. A sale is not when you're excited. A sale is not when you show. A sale is not when you demonstrate. A sale is when you seal the deal. So sealing deals, closing deals is getting signups, getting your product sold, building a community of people who follow you. That is what a sale is. When people are sold to you, that means they are following you, they are buying your product, they are consuming what you're saying. All right. So a few things you want to pay attention to when it comes to the psychological elements of closing. Any salesperson or any multi-level marketer, any entrepreneur or intrapreneur must have this number one, confidence. Confidence is the platform for the display of charisma. If you see any charismatic person, any person that has swag, that is swagalicious, that has some bit of charisma, it is because it has the platform called confidence. Charisma begins with confidence, applies. And interesting thing about confidence is that confidence convinces. A lot of us think that content convinces. It's actually confidence that convinces. When two people meet, I'm going to talk about the next thing. The next psychological element that makes for effective delivery and closing and sales is connection. You've got to find that connection, that connect with people. You find common ground. What is it that they want? The last time we were discussing how to convince people, I told you that people have hot buttons, who have emotional agendas. You have to develop the rapport with them. You've got to have a sensory acuity, sensory sharpness to know what does this person want. It's not about what you're selling. It's about what they want. All right. The next thing is certainty. You must have a certain level of certainty. And certainty is a function of clarity. When you are clear about, or you have detailed understanding of what you're discussing, what you're selling, there's this element of certainty. Knowledge births certainty. In fact, not just knowledge, understanding, because understanding is a higher degree of knowledge. Understanding is not just knowing what, understanding is knowing why. So understanding is a higher degree of knowledge, and that is what gives you certainty. When you have a conversation with somebody, when two people meet, the person that is more certain determines the direction of influence. When two people meet, the person that is more certain, that has more certainty, has more assurance, has more understanding, he determines the direction of influence. When I encounter your post, I can sense, I can feel, I can read certainty or uncertainty or no depth from reading you. If I have cause to watch your video, I can see. Physiologically, I can see. Psychologically, I can sense whether you have certainty about that business or not. So certainty is very vital. When two people meet, the person who has more certainty determines the direction of influence. And of course, it goes hand in hand with clarity, having a clear understanding of how this thing works. Don't just understand eCooperative, understand multi-level marketing. And that's why we have showed you again and again about, talk to you about what the experts, what people that are smarter than you have said, what billionaires have said about the industry. We have showed you stats again and again. There was a time last week or a few weeks ago, we discussed about crowdfunding, the philosophy of crowdfunding. I even showed you certain websites and all of that. I took my time, and then caution. So these are the psychological elements of closing or a sale. Now, what are the technical elements? And unfortunately for us, a lot of us spend so much time. As a matter of fact, 80% of our time we dedicate towards these elements, and there's nothing wrong with it. But again, realize for you to increase your chances of getting results, focus more on the psychology. You must have a robust psychology, a psychology that is congruent, a psychology that expresses itself through your physiology. What do I mean by that? That your mind is seen in your body. You see, people don't know that when people look at you, they see your mind. Your appearance, your talk, your facial gestures, all of them are a revelation of what's going on in your mind. And if you're telling somebody about something that you don't believe in, you don't have to, even no matter how you try to pretend about it, we can just look at your physical configuration and sense that you're not confident about this. For example, when you're speaking in public, if you're speaking in public and there's a sense of glossophobia, they call it glossophobia, we can just sense that this person doesn't have certainty or confidence. All right, so again, but we spend more time on our psychology. But again, we have the technical elements. And let's look at a few of them. Prospecting. What's prospecting? Prospecting is the fine art of discovering customers, looking for customers. You must always be talking to people. I told you the last time. Talk to people. If you're not getting sales, if you're not getting results, it's because you're not talking to people. Someone said, I've talked to people. I've spoken to people. Then talk to more people. Those have talked to more people. They're only talking to your friends. Talk to people that are not your friends. Ask your friends to refer you to their enemies, or ask your friends to refer you to strangers so that you can talk and keep talking. The more people you talk to, the more you increase the chances of getting results. Prospecting is always, you must always have people you're talking to. Wake up in the morning and call. Every morning I'm calling somebody. Give yourself a prospect target. Every day I would talk to somebody about my business. I would dedicate 2 hours or 3 hours to just discuss eCooperative. Out of the 24 hours, how many hours are you dedicating just to discuss eCooperative? All right. Then the next thing that is a very important part of the technical element of sales is qualifying. Again, we'll discuss that later. Not everyone will be your customer. Not everyone will join your business. Not everybody will sign. Some people will discourage you, will tell you about the whole opportunity. You need to qualify. Somebody has the potential of becoming a leader in eCooperative, but will he? Yes, he can, but will he? All right, the next thing you want to pay attention to is your presentation, the quality of your presentation. That's where I'm an expert at. For many years, close to 15 years, I've been teaching people how to do effective persuasive presentations, how they can deliver it, whether they're doing it virtually or they're doing it in physical meetings or they're doing it in whatever way. Presentation is also very important. Now, right there, you see number 4, closing, how you close, how you get people, your call to action, how you get people to take a particular action. And then you see again, follow up. We discussed follow up the other day, and it's creeping up again. And then you have repeated again, close up, follow up, closing, presentation, qualifying, prospecting. That's me talking about the technical elements backwards. All right. So now, let me just quickly share with you 6 questions that you can ask if you're discussing with anybody. It's a short class. 6 questions you can ask to close. You have done your presentation. You've connected with the person. You found the connecting points. You've qualified this guy. You're now having a conversation with him about the opportunity. You told him about eCooperative. You discussed. You showed him the compensation plan. You told him about how they can have access to e-commerce, how they can download plenty of powerful materials. And then you're now asking this beautiful question. What did you like best based on what I just showed you? That is a very powerful question. You're asking the person, what did you like best based on what I just showed you? The person was going to his mind. We call that a questioning technique that probes the mind. It's an open-ended question. It's a question that gets a person to start thinking, okay, what did I like best about this business? What did I like best? What struck me? And you allow the person to have that conversation. That's one important question you want to write down. Write it down. Use it. You see, you'll be shocked at the response you will get. You know, your mind is wired to give answers. So if you ask a certain question, I say, do you like the business? Will you get back to me? The person will say, I'm not going to get back to you. But if you are asking this kind of greatly crafted question, what did you like best based on what I just showed you? The person will go back into his mind and say, okay, what did I really like best based on what I just showed you? Okay. I didn't like the network marketing element, but the e-commerce thing is really something I'm interested in. I like the e-commerce. When would they start? Okay, what about the books, the learning materials? Can I have access to that? Can I? Oh, really? So you can, based on the information that you get from him, know what next to say. Another very important question that you want to ask that will help you as a follow-up to that first question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, that's 1 to 10, not 1 to P, 1P. On a scale of 1 to 10, based on what I just showed you, where are you? Now you've asked the question, what did you like best based on what I showed you? Person has given you an answer. The next question you're asking, number 2, is on a scale of 1 to 10, based on what I just showed you, where are you? 1 being, 0 being, I'm not interested. 1 being, okay, poor. 5 being average. 10 being, wow, this is a great opportunity. The person will give you a figure. Insist the person gives you a figure. And anything above 1 is good. It means that with more knowledge and more explanation, the person can join your business. All right. The next question you want to ask, just number 3rd question, is if you are doing this part-time, hypothetically, how much do you need to earn per month for this to be worth your time? If you are doing this part-time, there's a mistake there. If you're doing this part-time, this is the missing figure there. If you're doing this eCooperative part-time, how much do you need to earn per month for this to worth your time? I'm asking that to you. How much do you need to earn for eCooperative to worth your time? If you're doing it part-time, you're not doing full-time, you're doing other things. You're working as a civil servant, you're working somewhere, you're doing your business, but you dedicate some time for it part-time. How much would be worth your time? The person will give you a figure. Ask the person to give you a figure. 500,000, 200,000, 100,000. What amount of money would be worth your time if you're doing this part-time? The next very important question is very, very important. How many hours realistically will you be willing to put in to get the money? So the person has given you an amount that he thinks is realistic for him. The next question is, how many hours realistically will you be willing to put in to get the money? How many hours? He'll tell you, okay, let's say he said, if I'm making 250K, just even 250K monthly from eCooperative, I'm good. If I can make 250K from eCooperative monthly, then in 4 months, I do 1 million. Then I can sell my product on the system. And I can sell up and I make profit. I can sell my car, I can sell stuff on the system and I make this XYZ amount of money. I'm good. So you're not asking, okay, so realistically, how many hours do you think you can give in every day or every week? I may tell you, okay, in a day, I can just do 1 hour a day. I can dedicate 1 hour to just calling people and discussing to people about my opportunity, or invite them to join and listen to my upline talk about the opportunity. So let them give you a figure. The next and the 5th question is, if I could, now this is very, based on the answers they've given you in the last 4 or the last 3, I don't know if it's 4 or 3, that leads you to this question. If I could show you how to make the naira that they have mentioned, the amounts they have mentioned, maybe they said 250K. If I could show you how to make within the 1 month that she mentioned, would you get started? If I could show you how to make 250K within the next 1 month, would you get started? They'll give you an answer. They will give you an answer. And that answer will lead you. So we have discussed 6 questions. Let me just go over those 6 questions, and they're very important questions. Very important questions. So the first question again for those of you. After you've done your very effective presentation, you've got to that point where you've done your presentation, you've done it well, you've told them about everything, and then you ask the question, what did you like best based on what I just showed you? What do you like best? Oh, I like the M&M part. And simple. Oh, I like the fact that the company doesn't receive money. I receive money directly to my account. I like the fact that I don't have to get 4 before I get paid. If one person pays me money, I get paid straight up. Oh, I like that. I like the fact that once I can even upgrade to the highest level and not do network marketing and then have access to quality information, downloadable materials that are very healthy for me and helpful for me. I like that fact. Oh, I like the fact that because I'm on the level 4, when the e-commerce platform launches out and I put out my stuff, I'll be ranking high. And people will see my product before they see level 1, level 2, even if I don't do the network marketing. Okay, I'm like, okay, I like that's what I like. Oh, I like the fact that I'm telling you about the savings thing. Oh, I'll tell you about the Bitcoin wallet thing. Oh, tell me about the investment. I'm an investor. I like investment. So, so you want to find out what they liked, what connected to them. That's what you want to talk about. And then, sorry, that is not 1 PO, scale of 1 to 10. Then you now go on to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, after they're giving you their idea or their thoughts about it, scale of 1 to 10, where do you see? Maybe 5, 4, 5. In fact, anything above 1 is good. Then you're finished asking that question. The next question is, if you are to do this part-time, not full-time, don't do whatever you're doing, do it part-time. How much do you need to earn per month for this to worth your time? I'm e-commerce, multi-level marketing. I think I even do 400,000 naira a month. I'm good. There was a time in my life when if I did 100,000 a month, I'll be so excited. There was a time in my life, I'm talking about myself now. If I do 100,000 a month, I'll be excited. Even from sales. But by God's grace, without trying to be braggadocious, we do sometimes 4 million, 5 million monthly. I'm not trying to be braggadocious, but it is the truth from various, So now I just don't see myself. That's why I see possibilities in ecooperative.africa, that I can not only make money for myself, I can help people. My passion is to help people. Like people also have made this amount of money. I've made that. I'm already having people who are started urging towards making great money, great funds. All right. So that's me. How much is worth your time? For me, if you give me $1 million, that's not good because I make much more than that on a monthly basis in my personal businesses that I run. For those of you who have followed me, you know that I have a number of interests in business. I have offline businesses, and I also actually have offline with people's earning salary, and I have online businesses. But the truth is that my online businesses, and I'm so excited about all my online businesses, including corporate that I just joined, gives me much more money than this. There was time I was selling courses, I was selling WhatsApp courses, I was selling all kinds of courses. And most of you know me doing courses, selling courses. And that's why I'm interested in eCooperative, because I know that aside making me money, it can make a lot of people money, people in my community. We cannot help ourselves, make 500K. If they can make 4 million, they can make 500K. If they can make 500K, 512,000, they can make 64,000. They can make money, even doing part-time. That's what is exciting to me. How many hours do I dedicate to eCooperative? Most of you know that I dedicate like 3 or 4 hours daily. Because I have a target of doing 20 million at a certain period of time. So I dedicate 4 hours every day. Every day. I could do more. I call some of you. I reach out to you. I'm always looking at my metrics. I've had like 6 or 7 meetings today, both on WhatsApp, on Zoom. I want to show those people, my mentees, or not mentees now, my down, I don't like to call them downlines, my partners, that I am a sponsor. So I dedicate that hours for them. And as I see my business I want to go look at, but I dedicate this period for them and I'm working with them. That's what's important. Then the next thing, this is what makes you truly a leader. If I could show you how to make this money, be specific with the amount, find out the amount of money that's worth their time or what their while, and then specific it. Within short responsibility, would you get started? Oh, somebody will get started. I spoke to a young person today and I told him, look, write the amount of money you want to earn by December 31st. Let me work with you. He was surprised. I said, write the amount of money you want to earn. They put 50 million. I said, realistically, you will not be able to give in the time to do 50 million. So put in realistic amount of money that you know that you can believe and work to get. And then he put a figure and I said, okay, I'm going to double it. And using the eCooperative system, we can make this happen. Right. Now that's interesting. So it's hard for the prospect to say no, because every single one of these things is what he wanted, because you're asking him and it is based on the feedback that he has given to you that you are making your next decision, next questions. He works with both a positive and negative person. Even if it wasn't a negative person, and you told him the first question and say, what did you get from this whole thing? He will give you a positive answer because you are requesting for something that he learned, something that he get. He will give it just to settle you. And then if you tell him on a scale of 1 to 10, he will not give you 0. He will give you above 1. And on and on and on. And if you ask him again, the negative person, that, okay, how much do you really need to make on a monthly basis for it to be worth your time? How much? And I'm like, so yeah, if I want to do this business, what my time is this XYZ amount. He has given you another answer positively. And then you go on and ask him again, okay, so that said, how many hours do you think realistically that you should put into that kind of thing that you want to get? So, okay, if I'm getting 1 or 2 hours or 3 hours every day, I do that. Fine, then you now go, what if I'm able to show you? Let's do something. Let's work on. I know you're a smart person. I know you're an interesting person. Let me just show you. I'll show you what I'm showing you, and then we'll follow your system. Chances are that he will follow through. These questions are will either get them to say yes. This will either get them to say yes, or let's continue the conversation. I'm sorry about the errors we have. So many errors we had in the question. But hey guys, that's basically this. Let me just say one thing to us about make me host, admin, make me host. You have to make me host, admin. Admin, you have to make me host. All right. So now I want to say this, and it's very important that we understand that we are doing a very, very powerful business. A very powerful business that can turn our lives around. Not beyond just turning our lives around, it can change the lives of people who are around us. You have a lot of, someone told me, all those 2K, I don't like to do 2K business. No problem. There are a lot of young people who come to you and disturb you. They disturb you. They've never learned about network marketing. They've never, done anything. And that's why I like what this man said earlier. What this guy said, I think it was Robert Kiyosaki. Yeah, he said something. He said, everyone who wants to be an entrepreneur, in fact, I tell young people, I said, before you even join real business, you need to do multi-level marketing, because it will help you face rejection. It will help you build your emotional maturity. It will reveal leadership. It will make you become that leader that you're supposed to be, help you work with teams, and you have the support of the company, the branding, all of the support from you. You don't have inventory, you're just doing stuff. It will help you learn sales, setting goals, meeting targets, follow up. These are very vital skills. Financial intelligence. Someone says, how do you get financial intelligence with network marketing? Because there's a residual income. The money doesn't come at once, in chunks. So you are careful to save, to plan. Someone just came in and his sound is filtered. His sound is filtered. Please mute your sound if you just came in. Everyone who gets involved in network marketing begins on a level playing field. You are not judged by age, background, race, education, financial condition. And as you help lift others to higher levels, the industry rewards you. It is inspiring model indeed. I just like those statements from these fantastic guys. I like the statements from these guys. Please, if you just come in, I'd like you to mute your sound. Please, if you're just coming in, mute your sound. If you just came in, do us that favor of muting your sound. Don't just come into a Zoom meeting and then leave your sound or your audio unfiltered so you don't interrupt the flow. So this business is a powerful business. I won't be doing it. Most of you know who I am, and most of you are important people that are doing this business are very, very high-level people. High-level people. You're shocked. I hear that the grandfather of network marketing in Nigeria is going to be heavily involved when it comes to network marketing industry in Nigeria. You cannot but mention his name. I don't want to mention his name. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but he's actively the finalizing stuff, actively involved in the ecooperative mandates and the system. And it's amazing because Africa is backwards. So you need to Wake up, don't just sit down. Like I said when I began, we have people who know how to start things, they don't know how to finish. I made up my mind that I will do this 30 days at a stretch. Make up your mind that I want to do 30 days of learning. Just 1 hour, we'll be done in a short while. Of 30 days of back-to-back learning, of taking down notes, of reevaluating, or doing a self-audit, doing a business audit, doing a digital audit. Okay, what am I not doing right? What am I doing not doing right? How can I turn my life around? And that's why eCooperative is a very powerful platform. Now, the vision is to create a synergistic platform. Synergy means the energy from combined efforts. On the internet, they do it on the internet for Africans. Africans, we did a research the other day and showed you how the Africans constitute a very small percentage of the wealthiest people on earth. The Caucasians, the white, the Jews, the Asians take a bulk of it. All right, that allows for collaboration. I discussed some time ago about the sharing economy, contributions, learning, networking, investment, as well as enhanced personal and financial growth and development. As we enter the next decade, your knowledge will save you. Your skill set, not just skill set. When they say skill set, I was telling a few young people yesterday. They came to my office in the evening, and I told them, see, there's a difference between skill set and skill range. I want you to write that down. Skill set and skill range. What do you mean by skill set? So you have complementary skills. You can bake, you can cook, you can do things that are relatable. All right. But that is complementary, that can help you in the cooking industry or can help you in the writing industry. To have that skill set, that are complementary, usually complementary, that you can use as a bunch to achieve a particular goal. That's a skill set. But skill range is different set of skills, financial skills, business skills, public speaking skills, writing skills, totally different. Because if you're going to succeed in the 21st century, and as we approach the 22nd century, as we approach 2030 and above, God keeping us alive, you need to have a different set of skills. Multiple skills is what will give you that edge. And eCooperative is saying, look, there's a sharing economy. We can share ideas, share knowledge, contribute, and grow in capacity. So who are these organizations? Now, there's a correction here. www.ecooperative.africa is a brain, not brine. It's a brainchild of a consortium. Consortium means a coming together of different organizations. 2 registered businesses, a number of individuals, and a foundation, registered foundation, by the way, came together to birth the cooperative using the internet as a means of propagation. One of the organizations is a web development IT company. The other is a training organization. And the foundation is an empowerment NGO. The individuals who are involved are from all walks of life. One of the key catch of eCooperative, amongst other things, some people will come and say, okay, you know what I like about eCooperative is the fact that I have access to quality materials, quality information from the best of minds. Some people who have a lot of things to share from Coach this and Coach that. But another catch here is the way you can easily, right now, in a few hours, raise funds for your projects, 8K, 64K, 512K, and on, just like that, just applying the eCooperative system. Another beautiful thing we have access to, which is the core value in eCooperative, is the ability to learn and to earn from the community, to learn and earn from the community, to basically download materials that will help us in our businesses. We don't joke with it. Anybody that does not come here for training is not your client. It's not the person you should be following up. Because true successful people, they sort, they don't sell. The next thing you also notice about them is that you have, and I tell you, I can't wait for the e-commerce to show up. The e-commerce is going to help you sell any product of your choice. You can sell a car, and imagine how much profits you make to yourself. All the profit is yours. You're selling courses, you're selling products, you're selling bags to people in your community, to a community of like minds who can buy and patronize you. And even if you don't buy and patronize, you can copy the links and share in your different social media handles and communities and still sell. You can buy, you can sell, you can invest in other people's companies. You can invest in other people's companies. You can save. The saving opportunities is there. So the eCooperative platform also basically is a community-based platform that is designed to help members to grow through a unique peer-to-peer strategy. That peer-to-peer is a term that we used in the fourth industrial revolution. It's a term. Go and Google up the sharing economy. The sharing economy is a powerful term, and it's used a lot of things going on, IoT, Internet of Things, a lot of things going on in our space that you may not be aware of. Actually, in this new industrial age, all right, it's called the sharing economy, and that's where we go. So this is a summary of what eCooperative does. They do savings, they do raising funds, they do investment, they do e-commerce, they do crowdfunding, particularly crowdfunding, they do e-learning. That is, you can have access to quality information. So how do you become part of this powerful business? How do you join? Now, what makes us unique in this business is that we're not saying give the money to the cooperative. In most organizations, they will ask you, take the money you have and give to a central account. When you give that money to a central account, when you get your first 2,000, then you look for 4 downlines. The 4 downlines will not pay to you, they'll pay to the company. Once you've gotten your 4 downlines, they can now give you maybe the 8K. That is centralized kind of financing. That is one center. Most multi-marketing companies do that. But eCooperative says, no, decentralized. No money is coming to a particular center. It is going to members of the community already. That is revolutionary. That's what peer-to-peer cryptocurrency is all about. If the company is going to make money, they're also going to have to be a part of the network to also build the network like that. So they receive money based on the fact that they are a part of the network. So the company says that for you to be part of this business, you need to have a sponsor, somebody who already is in the business, who has registered as giving money to somebody else and is on level 1. As upgrade to level 1, he has a referral link, and everybody has a referral link that you can share, and that link is your power. Be careful who you share it to. And by the way, I'm going to give you a little announcement before we wrap up today. There's a new development about, so if you share a link anyhow to people, and people register on that link, as long as they have not upgraded to level 1, don't worry. The system will flush them out after 24 hours. For anybody who has done any new registration today, you will notice a difference. There's a timer now. For anybody that has done any new registration today, you know there's a timer now. There's a timer that if you're on level 0, you will not even see them on your matrix. They will just be flushed out. So for those of you who are new and who are listening, what basically happens is that you need to have a sponsor. Or if you don't have a sponsor, you go to www.ecooperative.africa, click on register, and then the company or the cooperative will assign you a sponsor. What do you need to have? You need to have a phone number, an email, and a bank account. A bank account, and then in a few days, a crypto wallet. It's amazing. The marketing plan is simple. The eCooperative platform uses a 4x4 cost matrix. The difference between this platform and many other platforms is this. In other platforms, they will tell you that the thing continues in perpetuity. You will keep going any. eCooperative says, no, this is a forced FORCED 4x4 matrix. That means after the 4th generation, you can re-enter. When you get to your level 4 and you go to the 4th generation and you have a certain number of people in your network, you can re-enter the same system. I just said something very striking. After you've gotten to your 4th generation and you have maybe 10 level 4s in your network, 10 level 4s in your network, you can re-enter the system with the same phone number and email address. So it's a 4-4. So, but in other companies, they tell you keep going under, down. No. eCooperative says that raise the 4.6 million naira that you're supposed to make, take that money and invest. There's an investment platform. Take that money and do e-commerce. Take that money and save with crypto or save in naira. So it's a 4. You need to work with 4 people, 4 quality people. Relationship intelligence is your ability to sort, select, and work with quality people. Not just any kind of person should be in your legs. People that you know have the capacity to also lead. People that will also bring their own 4 too, so you don't do less work. If you bring your 4, the 4 you're bringing should also bring their own 4 each, amounting to 16 people. So all you need to do is invite 4 people to join you to understand the business, to understand that they are sharing, they are supporting themselves, to understand that they are having access to quality information, to understand that they have access to the e-commerce where they can sell their product to a large community. Once they understand it and they can participate, you will succeed. The moment you register and you upgrade to level 1, you give somebody 2,000, not the company, a sponsor 2,000. What happens is that the system, the cooperative, sends you a welcome pack, a digital marketing training on your dashboard, plus allows you access to savings, the e-commerce, and the investment platform. Amazing. So I'd like you to look at this thing. I know you have looked at it severally for those of you who are old, but it's good to hear and hear again. Sometimes we understand a thing after the 6th or 7th time. Repetition is a principle for a lasting impression. One of the ways that you start learning is when you've heard something again and again. Education, when something starts becoming boring to you, that is when you've started learning. When your children start mimicking the things, the instructions that you give to them, that is when they have started understanding what you have been telling them. When they can mimic it, oh, daddy says this, that is when they have started understanding. So education begins at the point of saturation. Education begins at the point of saturation. So listen to compensation plan again and again. From listening, you can now figure out dimensions. You can draw out strategies, even from the compensation plan. So I like to label these 4 beautiful persons you've seen there. Those 4 people you're seeing there are your 4 generation uplines. You work with 4 people above you, 4 generation uplines. We call the first one Kate. We call the second one, what's his name again? Joe. We call the third person Kate. First person Jane, Joe. Third person Kate, and the last person Musa. I like the name Musa. Musa is an amazing name. That's you there smiling, all smiles. But you registered under Jane's link and you're on level 0. For you to move to level 1, for you to get to level 1, it is Jane that will approve you and allow you to be on level 1. You have to contribute 2,000 to Jane's business. You have to do that. You will see her details. You see her phone number. You see her account number. You want to pay it, and then you submit your details to her, your payments evidence to her through the platform. She will confirm you. She look at her account balance, realize they've done that. She would confirm you, and you're good. You're moved from level 0 to 1, and then you have access to those materials and e-commerce, and that opens up the channels for you to receive from people too. You have the link you can receive from. So all you have to do is invite 4 persons. If those 4 persons do the same thing that you've done to Jane and give you 2,000 naira, what that simply means is that you're going to receive 8K, 2K in 4 places. That's 8,000 naira. And that is huge. That is massive. That if that was your goal, you can exit the program. If not, you can say, you know what? I need to move to the next level. Let me upgrade. So if you click on upgrade, Joe, who invited, who hosted, who is the sponsor of Jane, will appear, and you give Joe 4,000 naira from the 8K that you made. Now, these 4 persons will invite 4 people just like you did. You have to invite 4 quality people that can also do the same thing that you've done. If they do so, they would have 16 people in your second generation downline. The second generation downlines will be 16. Now, when the 16 people want to move to level 2, they will do the system will tell them to support you the same way you supported Joe with 4,000 naira. And each of them will give you 4,000 naira each, amounting to 64,000 naira. That's 4,000 in 16 places. Amount to 64,000 naira. But then again, you can say, I want more. You click on upgrade, and Kate, who brought Joe, who is the sponsor of Jane, who is your sponsor, her details will appear, and she will told, upgrade supports Kate with 8,000 naira. You give 8,000 naira, that activates your level 3. When 16% bring 4%, that's 64% in your third generation downline. When they want to move to level 3, just like you gave Kate 8,000 naira, they will see your account details. Your account details will appear in 64% platforms, and they will be told to give you 8,000 naira each. Each of them will give you 512,000. 8,000 naira in 64 places, amounting to 512,000 naira. Now, that is good for some people, but for some people, no, that's not enough. They want more. So they'll click on upgrade again for the last stage, and then Musa's details will appear. They have enough money to give 16K to Musa, and the 64 persons will invite 4 persons each, amounting to 256 people. All right. And then when they want to move to level 4, Just like you gave 16K to Musa, they're going to see your details, and each of them will give you 16K, amounting to 4,096,000 naira. That's huge. Now let's do your account balance. Your account balance is very simple. The total amount of money you earned, in your fourth generation, you earned 8,000. Second generation, 16 people, you earned 64,000. From 64 persons in your third generation, you earned 512,000. From 256 people in your fourth generation, you earned 4,096,000 naira, coming individually, coming from different persons, all right? And then your upgrade cost, the money you gave to Jane, Joe, Kate, and Musa, 2,000, 4,000, 8,000, and 16,000, totaling 30,000. When you subtract 30,000 from 4,680,000 naira, you're going to have 4,650,000 naira, and you only began with 2,000 naira and a power of 4. Now, take notes. A lot of people don't take notes. If you don't give somebody 2,000 naira, and if you still remain in level 0, the system will flush you out. If you don't give somebody 2,000 naira, and you would not receive 8K from 4%. If you remain and you refuse to upgrade to level 2 and give somebody 4K, you would not receive 64,000 naira from 16%. If you don't upgrade to level 3 and give somebody 8K, you would not receive 512,000 from 64%. If you don't upgrade to and give somebody 16,000, you're not going to receive the 4,096,000 naira. So you have to support your uplines and do not really care about your uplines. I tell my people, don't really be bothered about your uplines. Make sure that you sort them out so that you can not miss monies coming from your downline. I repeat, make sure that you support all your uplines, else you would have issues from people downlines. Your focus should be on your downlines, on your matrix. Your focus should be on your matrix, down all your first generation. If you look at your matrix in eCooperative, you see the first generation, second generation, third generation. You look at them and see those ones that are trying to rise. Some of them will try to be smart. So you want to clear up all your uplines, upgrade to the highest level so you can be positioned. That is a fantastic strategy to use. All right, so you need to have quality 4 people, the fourth generation, 16 people, 64 for the third generation, and 256 for the fourth generation. If you total the number of people that you need to be in the system, that's 340 persons. All right. So now one of the questions people keep asking is, how do you get your money? Your money is gotten very simply. How do I get the money? Like I said, it's a decentralized form of system. Is a peer-to-peer system where you support each other. One of the greatest advantages of this business is that money is paid instantaneously by hand to you, or directly to your bank account by your downlines, or to your crypto wallet as it will come up in the future. Money is paid directly to you. So you see, I have a bank account that is dedicated to eCooperative. All the monies I made in eCooperative, I send it there. It's dedicated towards that business. So with 2,000 naira and the power of a team, working with teams, you can build 2,000 naira and make it 4,096,000 naira. Did that make any sense to anybody here? Did that make any sense to anybody here? Did that make any sense to anybody here? Do you have any questions? Are we going to go out there and make sales? Make sure you invite one that you are able to convince one person to join your business every day, and you are closer to making your 4.6 billion naira. Help your downlines to have one person, just like you do one person every day to join, to give 2K, so you can support your downlines and teach them how to duplicate. And you keep doing that every single day for the next 7 days. The challenge can be, and the challenge should be, I want to sign up one person every day for my downlines. And then you tell your downlines to at least sign up one person for your downline. If everybody signs up one person, by the end of 7 days, you imagine the number of persons that will be there. Teach them to do the same thing. Before you know it, they will start upgrading. Before you know it, you start earning money. That is how this business works. It's a very powerful business. It's a very unique business. It's a business that you can do it part-time. All right, I'm making sense. All right, that's good. So if you have any issues, write to support, create a ticket and write to support. That will solve the problem. Now, let me say this to some people. Some of you say, oh, I'm a lead, I'm a fantastic person. This is a test of your ability to teach a system. Somebody wants to ask a question? Somebody wants to ask a question? Go ahead and ask the question. Yes, someone says it's cool. Ask the questions now. We have 3 minutes to go for today. All right, so for the eCooperative platform has put out the meeting of yesterday. That was very powerful. Yesterday's class is there. Go to the YouTube link and then like it. Make sure you watch and learn from those things. I want to say that in a few coming days, we will not have this privilege anymore of having top speakers come to share with you. The time will come when it will be you doing your trainings and inviting us, you doing your Zoom meetings, doing your all kinds of things. That's what will happen soon. I hope that happens soon for you. I see you making progress. I see you breaking through. eCooperative is your last bus stop. If you've been doing network marketing and you have been failing, if you follow the instructions that we have been giving you here, and you work with your team people, you work with your teams, you follow the instructions, I tell you, will explode. Tomorrow will be more exciting. Tomorrow will be more explosive. Let me tell you why. Because we're going to now show you, if you don't know people, how do you look for people? How do you prospect using social media? How do you do Facebook ads and get massive results? How do you do Facebook ads and get massive leads? That's tomorrow going to be very exciting. I'm going to lay the foundation and maybe we'll have a few other persons to teach. I'll take my time and show you how to use your ad manager, and your ad manager becomes your ATM card, because it will start generating a lot of leads for you, using the ad manager. It's an amazing time. You don't want to miss tomorrow. They will have somebody that will teach us a bit about mini importation and e-commerce. Gabo from Kaduna was supposed to be around on Saturdays, but activities got us. He will teach us how, when you start making